Hey gang, John Backrelli here with your Lake St. Clair Fishing Report, brought to you by Sportsmen's Direct. It is Thursday, October 17th. Water temp at Belle Isle is down to 56 degrees. It was at 61 degrees just the same time last week. Getting reports of much cooler temperatures in close to shore. So in the canals and backwater areas, we're getting the low 50s. Had a hard frost this morning for you folks that get up early like I do. You had to actually scrape the windows this morning, so even the windshield wipers wouldn't take it off. So we had a hard freeze last night, which is great. We have nearly perfect fishing conditions coming up here over the next 5 days. Today was gorgeous, and it's supposed to be beautiful all the way through the weekends. Or all the way through this weekend anyways, and we're gonna pick up a slight southerly flow. So we went from this crazy hard north blow that we had for 4 days. Now it's calmed down. We're gonna get into a little more southerly flow. Beautiful temperatures, sunshine, light winds. Perfect opportunity to get out maybe for that last weekend out there before you pull your boats. I know some of you guys pull them early, but you're going to miss a lot of great fishing if you do. But should be just great conditions out there for the weekend and into early part of next week. Folks like Jerry Toner are still down there on the Detroit River popping limits of walleye, so that is getting going. And there should be enough off-colored water working its way down into that system now to maybe even improve things further down there because of the wind and because of the rain that we had. You got guys like Garrett Samsel that are up on the north end of the lake. He's popping walleye as well, and he's still getting smallies and now working on some pretty big muskies too. As that water cools off, that musky bite's just going to keep getting better and better on both ends of the lake. So whether you're up on the north end or down here on the south end around us, or I should say the mid part of the lake around us near the spillway or the Clinton River, the musky bite's just going to get better and better. We lost a lot of weeds with this blow between the falling water temps, the hours of daylight, the wind. We've lost a lot of weeds, so it's going to be a lot easier for you guys to get out there and either cast or troll for whether it's muskies or walleyes. So it's just going to get better and better as we go through the rest of the fall here. Also got guys like Mike Martin that continue to remind me that, there's just more than one species of fish out here to chase, even when you have a boat. And he's got into some big bluegills and pumpkin seeds. And that's one thing you can do on the blow days if the lake is really horrible. And we do this a lot when we get guys in from out of town because they just don't know where to go and what to do. So we'll send them into the canals and marinas and either chase, ditch pickles, largemouths, or bluegills and pumpkin seeds and crappies. And so Mike was out there doing that. Took some great pictures. They got a great bag of gills and sunfish. Also getting reports from some other guys like over in McInrae's that have been doing the same thing. But you're not limited to just those areas or the marinas. You can also fish up in the north end, up around Harsond Island. That should be getting going over there as well in the canals and cuts. So it's always more than one thing to do out here in St. Clair, and especially with the beautiful weather we got coming up this weekend, should be able to get out and do just about whatever you want, whether it's short fish or fish from a boat or fish from a kayak. It should be great. The hottest perch action right now is still coming from down there by the dumping grounds. At least that's where it was last weekend. And then we get the big blow. So who knows what, where the hot spot's going to be this weekend. But we got lots of reports. We got reports from guys like Robert Ring, who was on the north end of the dump. We got a lot of guys talking about fishing the south end or even east of the dump or over in Canadian water by Pike Creek. Although I will tell you that based on the satellite image, that area over there by Pike Creek might be a little bit too dirty right now. It's going to get cleaner and cleaner every day. But with that north wind that we had, that south shore all the way around over into, around Canada, all the way over by the Thames, got beat up pretty bad. So I'm not sure what that's going to be like for the weekend. But the American side looks pretty darn nice, especially if you draw a line from the point at Metro all the way down into the dumps. That area has stayed as pretty clean, and then as you get out into that main shipping channel area, you're getting that flow from all the way up coming down from Lake Huron of that more kind of whitish green off-colored water that maybe you walleye guys are going to want to start pulling those bandits in. Might be time to start doing that down there. Sam and Brenda Buffa also scored a big bag of yellow bellies, but they got their fish out in front of 9 Mile. So that's one of the first really good reports that I got from 9 Mile. And from the looks of their pictures, they weren't out really deep. I'm guessing maybe 12 feet or so. So that's telling me that at least, guys, if the fish aren't moving up, at least you guys are trying to find some different fish. And Sam and Brendan found them right out there in front of 9 Mile. So great job, guys. I'm sure more guys are going to spread out, start checking areas like 400 Club, out in front of Harley, maybe up on the north end. There should be some fish up there that you can find, but it's definitely not all going to be down there by the dumping grounds. There should be fish all over the place now that these weeds are dying off and the water temperatures have come back as far as they did. Musky fishing should start to be amping up. We haven't had that much pressure on these fish here so far this fall, but places like the spillway ought to get going. Like I've told you guys before, every time I drive over that spillway, I look, there's been a ton of bait fish in there. We've got a lot of big shad that are showing up with our emerald shiners right now. They're actually really nice size shad this year, which bodes well for our fishery, because these walleyes and the muskies, they love eating those big shad. So it's a real fattening bait for them. They're real oily, and they're pretty easy for them to catch, and they love to eat them. So I love seeing those when they come in with our minnows. So, you know, it's a pretty short report this week. Everything looks great. So I would, if this is your last weekend with the boat, I would get out there, take advantage of the beautiful weather, whether you're chasing perch, wallies, smallies, panfish, muskies, it doesn't matter. Get out there and enjoy it this weekend, and we'll see you at the shop. Hey gang, if you like our content, hit the little subscribe button and the bell icon, and you'll be notified as soon as we put out new stuff.